to the fire, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. How did the lady go miss? How she was magic, she mixed it. Met her at one of the functions, we caught a little rhythm. She caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked. Can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Wait. Need a light years.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, Week 1. And we've got a penalty marker down here as he's able to get this only to the 20-yard line. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Carson. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 14-yard line.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And that's Grady Jarrett who forced his way through to register the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now. 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. And here now the first carry is a Falcon for the man coming home to Georgia, Todd Gurley. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
He was brought down at the 40.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
At the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And some room to roam now. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down.
10 at the 22-yard line.
This time Ryan will throw. And incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
4 yards on the...
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, it's Ryan. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
This will be caught at about the 6. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
A 23-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Falcons 3, Seahawks 0.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught at the 25. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30.
52 yards.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense really flew around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley. A sensational effort by him, and that is one of the biggest losses you'll ever see on a sack.
3rd and long.
Here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards, it's 3rd and very long. That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
This is fielded inside the 5. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8. On the return, and the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around, 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Two minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
On 2nd and 7, Ryan. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Intercepted.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. From 3 yards out. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Valku able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. It's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off with great anticipation. And he'll be marked down at the 2-yard line. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Tom Gurley. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the score. There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
touchdown.
Chris Carson. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. And it's good. It makes it 22-7 now. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. He finds an opening past the 40. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
A gain of 5. 1st down, Atlanta.
And there's a run there by Todd Gurley. We all know he's looking to rebound from the least productive season of his career. And I think Atlanta presents him a great opportunity to do just that. They'll use him really well running it as well as catching it out of the backfield.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Trying to disrupt Julio Jones there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag throw.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones one-on-one for very long without getting their share of pass interference calls. His size, his speed, his physicality makes it almost impossible to do.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. But they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Here we go now with Smith. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith, as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons push further out in front.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good.
Makes the score Falcons 29, Seahawks 7. Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this carries into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Take over first and 10. At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely 1 play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Their own 16-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Ryan. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
A gain of 13 on the play.
The Falcons send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the 3rd. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
43-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, they trail by 3 scores. Look, they're not completely out of this, but it's sort of go time right now.
Yeah, and they knew that coming out after halftime, it was going to take a collective effort to get back into this ball game. The defense got the stop for them, so maybe that can get things started. Now the offense has to pick their game up as well, and if they can put a score on the board, hey, they could get back in it in a hurry.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Dancing to his left. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. They go play action now. Wilson. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
He lets it fly for Lockett. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
33-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He lets it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 67 yards. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. It'll be Carson. They run for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 38. After the interception, here's Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And they'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Now Wilson on first down. He lets it fly for Lockett. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Tack McKinley in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Second down and goal. Wilson being chased out left. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. All right, now the Seahawks face a big 2-point conversion attempt. From the gun, it's Wilson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Darquez Dennard. Accelerating, and off he goes. 30, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
If you know, that's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now 3rd and 8.
The Falcons on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Switch
Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the shotgun, Wilson. Dorsett making the catch. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
First and goal.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. That's complete right around the 8. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A gain of 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be...
And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Russell Wilson with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game.
Big score, first step in their attempt to climb back into this game.
Yes, but still some work to do as they get within a score here. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and chew some clock with Gurley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Another carry now for Gurley. And he powers his way up past the 30. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I sat down with my accountant. He said, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Now it's Lockett. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. He's back to throw. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Might be... Seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Falcons 31.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards.
3-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, past the 20, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in to score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out. Carries into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
And they will take a knee here.
Ryan on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
So the victory here for Seattle. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season. Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone.